I have lots of thoughts. I'm proud of these young women. I had a moment afterwards when I got really emotional just because of the amount of work that goes in, and it's not just the 30 people that you see here. It's not just the players. It's not just the staff. It's a lot of work put in by a lot of people. But to these young women, the amount of resilience, grit that they showed in that first set, and then to come back in that fifth, and I got to tip my cap to Nebraska, and I'm looking forward to going back and watching that match because I think it might have been one of the most entertaining matches in the history of the sport. But I'm just beyond proud, and I had a moment afterwards too. I think I was so lost in the moment that about 6 minutes afterwards I had a realization that we're going to Kansas City to play in the Final Four. And that's something we had talked about last season that was possible, and here we are.
For both of y'all, what are the emotions like now, just after that marathon?
I mean, over the moon. Like, quite literally no words to describe this feeling. I mean, we've talked about it time and time again, the amount of work that has gone into this. And we knew coming into this match, why not us? Like, we've been saying it this whole weekend before the Louisville match, and going into this. Like, who cares about the logo across the net from us? Why not us? Like, why can't it be us to get to the Final Four?
Logan, I watched you right before the match. When they were starting to announce the Huskers, you looked around and said, let's go. Mm-hmm. What was the atmosphere like playing?
Yeah, just embracing it. Like, that was awesome. Like, the amount of fans in there. At one point, I felt like I could barely hear myself think with how loud it was, like, ringing in my ears when we went 30, whatever we did. That was also insane.
I lost.
Yeah, I
can't add that high.
No. And so just, like, embracing the moment and taking it all in because, like, I mean, since we were kids, this has been a dream to be able to take this program far. So really, really cool.
Talk about, I mean, you came out, Nebraska comes out hot. You respond to that 10-0 run. How were you able to stand up?
What?
Yeah.
The service.
Yeah.
10-0 run in the first set after Nebraska got off that lead. How important was it to take Nebraska's first punch and respond?
We always talk about, like, response is everything, whether we're, like, down a couple points, down a set or two. Obviously, like, we responded pretty well on Friday. Just coming into this match, again, like, we knew who we were playing, but we just focused really on us. Response was great today, I would say. I literally have nothing to say. I don't know what to say.
Thursday you came in here and said, when you guys played Wisconsin last year, you learned a lot about your team. You deserve to be on this stage. You now advanced to your first Final Four ever in volleyball at Texas A&M. What does that say about your team now? And what did you learn?
What?
I didn't learn anything. I said this when I was in the last time. We're really good at volleyball. And again, like that's not a surprise. What we did this season was, I don't know, it's the most wins I think at this point that this program's ever had. That's not an accident. That's the hard work that's been put in. That's the decisions by people to invest in what it is that they're doing. And these people that have been here the entire time, people that decided to come here, our administration for investing in what's going on. And it's an investment. And good things come from hard work. So again, it wasn't anything I learned. It was the same thing that I knew coming in. And we talked about that in the locker room. Like, they hadn't played us yet. And they hadn't, been around a team that is really going to stand up the way that we did. In that first set, it was everything that you can say about this team right here. The fact that we got down and we went on a long service run and did the things that we did in a really, really crazy environment. And this place is amazing. The fans are amazing. And I agree with Logan, man, whatever it was, 39, whatever it got up to, just I couldn't hear myself think. And I had the same respect for that. I was like, this is amazing.
37.
What was it?
37.
37, sorry. I was a couple off. Like I said, I can't add that high. But I didn't learn it. We're this good, and we're this tough, and we're this resilient, and we're this gritty, and we care about each other this much. We respect each other this much that when things go down like that, we don't point fingers. We come together, and we stand up to whoever's across the net.
You all touched on response over and over again. How important was it to respond to that move on the set 4, coming out strong in the 5th set and taking the win?
It felt like we had just emptied the tank, and that said, I think we were all, like, honestly exhausted after that, especially, like, emotionally, right? You feel like you're given everything to try to take the game and come up a little short. That's, like, so tough emotionally. But I think we all, honestly, took a lot of deep breaths right before we went out there, and we were just like, we have more to give. We all 100% have more to give, and just kind of recollected ourselves, brought our adrenaline, found our 5, as we like to say.
Ooh, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah. Just that Jamie term right there.
Yeah.
Just that middle ground, and, like, came out and dominated.
That was my But it's okay. But for you, Jamie, how do you wrangle your team after the chaos, the emotional insanity that is that fourth set to get them ready to go for 5?
But for me, it wasn't wrangle. Again, going back to just how entertaining that match was, I think that was a really well played set of volleyball. I think both teams were executing at a really high level. Both teams were emotionally stable. Like both teams ran out of subs, and we're both really, really good volleyball teams, and we're able to kind of go out there and play like almost international volleyball. Where we're out of subs, all right, we're going to go play. And I think it's a testament. And again, I said this before. I think Danny does an amazing job with her team, and I think they're really good athletes, really good volleyball players. But so are we in that moment. So my message was really keep doing what we just did. Take a breath right now, and take a breath every single minute that you're out there. Remind yourself of who it is that you want to be, what it is you need to do, and go execute that. So again, I say this all the time. This isn't about trying to do something more in those moments. It's about trying to be who it is that you are in those bigger moments. And we did that throughout the entire night. So there was no concern going into the fifth.
Can you explain find your 5?
Yeah, so it's like a scale. 1 would be like super. Is like Alicia like is that her term or like?
No, it's.
Yeah,
There's a law.
Jamie
I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can explain it. I'm curious to hear. Go low.
Okay. Like 1 would be like super low, like I don't know, calm. Took a yoga class or something. I don't know. 10 is like out through the roof, like adrenaline's pumping. So there's like a scale, and I think everyone's scale is a little bit different. So finding your specific 5 for your person, which like my 5 could be her 10 or vice versa or whatever. So like finding your 5 specifically to where you're gonna thrive the best on the court is something that we've all kind of. I mean, that was even last season. Like that was kind of a thing. So kind of instilling that in ourselves.
Well done.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Jamie, for weeks you've been saying the same thing is one of the best 4 teams in the country. What does it mean to show that on a national stage on ABC in that environment and prove to the rest of the country that this is a Final Four team?
It means a lot. I'm going to go wide scale and come narrow. I've been saying it all season. Like the 3 teams at the top of the SEC are really, really good, and I think our conference was really, really good this year. So I'll say that and give props to the SEC. But the second piece is I'm going to go 3 layers. It's awesome. Like we play sport to prove who's better in that moment. And again, I know a lot of players on that team. I know that staff really well. Like one of my favorite moments was when she tried to swing off the hands and Logan dropped her hands and like they went and gave each other a high five afterwards.
Yeah.
There's a lot of respect. And again, it's 2 teams getting after each other to see who's better on that day, and we came out on top of that. So, like, I'm fired up. And then again, I love this sport. I really, really do. I want it to grow. I want it to be the biggest sport in the world when it comes to what's going on, and it's growing exponentially. And to put that entertaining brand of volleyball on TV, on ABC, for everybody in the world to watch, how amazing is that? And again, I literally was walking out. One of the things I said, if that didn't have the highest ratings in the history of college volleyball, I don't know what will.
Yeah,
but I'm fired up for all of those reasons to, give some pride to the SEC to prove today that we're the best. And again, I've said this before, this isn't like we're going to go compete, but I'm hoping to see that team somewhere down the road again and do this again because that was a blast. And I really did enjoy every second of it.
Jamie, were you surprised to see Danny go away from Andy Jackson, and what did you guys do defensively to force him?
Say repeat again, sorry.
Were you surprised to see Danny go away from Andy Jackson, and what did you guys do defensively to force her into a?
Yeah, I was a little bit. Just watching the press conferences, I know they got some illness going around. I don't know if it was that. I was surprised they went away. Like Manaya and her are pretty similar tendencies. So it wasn't that different. They stopped with her. They didn't mix as much distance on the slide, so that eased things up a little bit. But there's no big adjustments. And I was actually pretty impressed. It's pretty impressive that they were willing to go to her later on in the set and have that much trust in her. And again, that's a testament to how good she is.
Any more questions? Hey, you take out just this match. You beat the #1 team on their home court who hasn't lost in quite a while. What does that mean for your program?
everything. I mean, it just shows like the path that it's on. Even though a lot of us, we only have a few games left putting on the A&M jersey, I think it's a testament to what we built and what this program can accomplish in the future. And just being a part of history, taking it somewhere it's never been before. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse saying this, but like we both came here wanting to do exactly this, build this program and take it farther than before. So it's just like childhood dreams coming true.
Can you talk about the first time A&M's ever played in the Final Four? What does that mean to you?
insane feeling. I mean, literally just piggybacking off of her. Like when I was being recruited, I literally said that I wanted to go to a school that wasn't already like well developed. I wanted to be somewhere that could be developed into like one of the top programs in the country. Like it's insane. Like I don't know what to say. But yeah, again, a testament to like all the hard work that we individually have put in, we as a team have put in, the staff has put into us, our strength and conditioning, our scholastic advisors, like the 12th man back home, just everybody just brought it out today. So yeah.
How are y'all planning on celebrating after that?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go dry off.
A day off.
Yeah, a shower first.
Shower.
First.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna fly home tonight.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
We're gonna get some rest.
Nice
We're gonna
day
celebrate
off
in some way,
tomorrow.
shape, or form. Yeah, we got a day off.
2
Go enjoy
five-setters
yourself.
back to back and some
Yeah.
recovery.
Oh my
maybe.
God.
At some point, we're getting back to work because
Yeah.
we got some more volleyball to play.
Flip
We've been
the
talking about
page.
it. Every practice that we have, we've earned.
Exactly, yeah.
We've earned some more.
Jamie, you look at Friday, you have a 5-setter against Logan, and now tonight, a 5-setter against Nebraska. You feel like having extra sets on Friday helped you for getting ready to go up against Nebraska with the environment here, with just going up against Nebraska, the fact that this isn't the first time this weekend where you've gone to 5. Do you think that helped out with Friday's match?
Yeah, I think so. Like one of the things I talked about, well, coming into this weekend was the fact that we've been here. Like we hadn't played Nebraska here, but we'd been here and we knew where the locker rooms were. We knew where everything was, so there's some familiarity there. And then going 5, like obviously you get the competitive juices flowing. But I think that's been the whole end of our season. Like we played Texas in a really tough match, and then TCU really pushed us to get to the this part of the tournament. And then to go 5 against Louisville, like we're used to being there. And I said it from the very beginning of this, like, and I said it, I think once we started coming back in the first, like Nebraska hadn't really been pushed. They haven't felt like that in that moment that they have to go perform. And we had a lot. And the more you put yourself into that situation, the more you get used to it. And then the more you get comfortable with it and the more you thrive in it. And I thought we did that at all moments tonight.
It didn't seem like there was a person in College Station who wasn't watching that in some form or fashion. People were streaming on their phones to read for that doubleheader, but what does it mean to have that support from the community to really buy in a much similar way that you've seen Lincoln buy into this Nebraska program?
Yeah, it means so much. Like, again, beating a dead horse, we always talk about the 12th man. I would say that we have, like, one of the best, if not the best, fan base in the country. It doesn't matter where we are, who we're competing against. They're always rallying behind us, always supporting us. So it literally means the world, honestly. Like, yeah, they just mean so much to us.
You got anything? Well,
No, just like the best, and I think the best student section in the nation to double that. Like, it's been so amazing, especially this year, to see how much that's grown, how much they get into it. The big cards that they hold with our faces on it, and the monster block, and like how passionate people have become about volleyball at Texas A&M. It just kind of goes to show we're building a brand, and just growing this program to new heights that it's never been before.
Yeah, and I'll close with this. I have a lot of respect for this volleyball program, for the team that is here, for the atmosphere that happens around here, and the community around this area, and how much they love the game of volleyball. And when I was choosing the place I was going to go to build a program, to build, I don't know, people, a lot of it was based on I wanted to build an audience similar to this. So to hear that, I don't know, that was that active back at home, I guarantee our attendance is going to go up next year. And again, we have some of the best fans in the country, but I'm proud that we're well on the way to developing something that's similar to what they have here at Nebraska.
To shrink down with your comments from the SEC already with 2 teams in the Final Four, the state of Texas now has a chance to punch a second ticket in with Texas tonight. What does that tell you about this? The growth of the sport exponentially with volleyball in the Lone Star State, considering that it seems like it's been football as king, but now volleyball's starting to take a little bit of that away. It seems like maybe potentially.
It's like you knew my checklist of places I was going to go work. One of the other reasons I took the job is just the growth of volleyball in the state of Texas and the amount of talent that comes out and the amount of it is a talent hotbed when it comes to the sport, and to be able to build something again where people care, where people don't have to travel a long ways from home was an important piece of it. But I think it's also coming with the amount of interest that there is around volleyball. And you'll see high school matches that have a ton of attendance. You'll see college matches in every single school. And I don't even know how many ended up in the top 25 at the end of the year, but I'm guessing there's going to be 7 or 8 schools from Texas in the top 25, let alone 2 in the Final Four. So it's growing as a whole. And again, that's not just Texas. It's going across the country. And again, that's the thing I'm most passionate about is like one of the other things was just there's a tidal wave happening when it comes to the sport of volleyball. And I wanted to be in a place where I can add to that. So again, the state of Texas, Texas A&M, the 12th man is doing that. But that's going to be a collective, effort by everybody in the country to push our sport to where we think it could be.
All right, we'll wrap it right there. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.